Welcome to the Torque and Horsepower Podcast. I'm your co-host, Eric Herbert.
And I'm your co-host, Alex Stursa. Today we have Ross Miller in.
Hi, all.
Hi, all.
Thanks for coming on, Ross.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
It's been a long time. You're one of those faithful listeners, episode 1 and forward, unlike my sister. It's a call out. I won't call her out by name, Amber.
I heard her husband's the real problem.
No, he's like, do you guys have another episode out? I'm like,
Just 12.
Just 12 more. Yeah, they're on.
Where's your, speaking of that real quick, before we get into this, where does your sister live here?
No, Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
Sacramento. Yeah.
How many listeners are you guys up to now?
It kind of goes, in waves, but I don't know. I mean,
Last month was like 13,000 hits on Spotify.
Yeah.
Hold on. So I've been getting a bunch of shit from dudes from Australia.
Oh, you got to read that to
Yeah,
Ross.
which is great. You let me know what you say, what you think this means. I'll call him out so when he hears it, he'll know that because he does listen. But I have no fucking idea what you're talking about, bud. Here, hold on.
You got to
Aussie,
fake the
man.
accent, too?
Yeah. Okay, his name is Tim Webb. I appreciate the comment. We just speak a different language. He says, "Great yams, you bloke. Have, comma, love listening to these." No fucking idea, so I just put, hell yeah, thanks, bud. So I'm glad you listened, but it's just two different vocals happening.
I don't even know what he just said.
No idea. Yeah, I was like, I think it's good, though.
I think bloke is a person.
Yeah, bloke's person.
I don't think
know
it's-
what
I don't think
a yam's a fucking like a tomato or a potato.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I
a little
think
sweeter.
bloke is dude, right?
Yeah, bloke is dude. Yeah.
It's complimentary or not derogatory.
Yeah, he didn't call me a cunt, which also can be yes or no. I work with a lot of Australians and Canadians, and they say cunt all the time, and it's 50-50 whether they do or don't like you.
It doesn't narrow it down.
At all, yeah. You can be a funny cunt, and it's either you're a piece of shit or you're also funny. One of those two things.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Ross,
Yes, Ross.
Yeah.
you went to college outside of Reno, so tell us where you were born,
Okay, where was I born? North Hollywood, California.
which probably when you were born, it was a cool spot.
I think it was a cool spot. I'm sure the crime rate was still pretty high back then, but, probably a little bit rougher neighborhood nowadays.
I think so.
The one thing I will say about like California in general is I have a bunch of like old school dudes. I live in a retirement community pretty much. I'm just
55 and older?
yeah. Callie down, my neighbor, he was on here with me. It's him and I. We're like the young cats in the neighborhood. The rest is everybody's like 55 plus.
Yeah.
And they're all like old school professional dudes, and they're just G's. Like they're all welders, electricians, stuff like that, and they're all badass dudes. Like I feel like California used to be the place that like
for sure.
everybody that could do anything was from.
Yeah,
And they're
absolutely.
building cool shit. They're custom fabricators. They're electricians. They're all kinds of stuff. But now they just moved up here because it sucks down there.
Yeah, for sure. So I grew up in Palm Springs, California, which in those days was like the Wild West. I mean, there was more dirt roads than asphalt roads, so.
That wasn't the retirement destination.
That's like a pocket of the valley, right? But,
That's where you go to find a gilf.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, most of the valley in those days was desert. And there was no restrictions on where you could ride dirt bikes or go off-roading, whatever. So it was a cool place to grow up. We go back once a year because I still have friends down there. And it's totally different now. It's houses as far as you can see. Everywhere we used to ride and go and have fun and be kids is all track houses.
Oh.
And let's see. Graduated high school, moved to Stillwater, Oklahoma. Was a cowboy for a while.
Yep.
Went to Oklahoma State and went to school for electrical engineering. And moved here in 2007. Moved here for the money. And it was great money for about 6 months. And then this
Housing
Seriously?
crisis.
Fuck.
and this place just died.
Yeah.
Immediately. It was crazy. The company I worked for had like 500 layoffs in like a 3-day period.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
It was
Tesla don't got
amazing.
shit on them, dude.
No way.
Yeah.
You're like, I got here for the housing crisis.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And I bounced around a little bit after that and started my own company. And that was almost 15 years ago. So here we are.
So you're third generation electrician?
So yeah, I'm an electrician by trade, 5th generation.
5th generation?
Yeah.
Holy
so
shit, they had electricity back then?
It goes back to great-great-granddad. And the story my grandma used to tell was that his house was the first house on the block with electricity. And
oh, shit.
people used to come by, at dusk and gather around this only house in
'Cause-
Oakland
Oh, wow.
with lights.
Because they had lights.
Everyone else
That's
was
like
burning
when you
candles.
that's when you bought an Edison bulb and it was
Yeah.
actually an Edison bulb.
exactly
And then
right.
you just did the counter flop and let it black glow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, that was Drew's grandpa.
Yeah. The original hammer. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, a lot of good stories from that. He was a contractor and pretty much just contractors on down. My granddad was a contractor. My dad was a contractor. Now I'm a contractor. And we
But all electrical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, my grandpa, I went to work for my grandpa. I went on a payroll when I was 13. That's probably not legal anymore, but back then it was. And he was a really cool dude. He worked for, he cut his teeth at the Hoover Dam. He was in charge of hydroelectric generation in the 60s. So
Hell yeah.
he was a cool dude to be around. My grandma had a bunch of stories of them loading up in their 65 Mustang, her and the kids, and driving to the Hoover Dam from LA and going to see him on the weekends and stuff. And
Just
pretty
loading
cool.
up the old the family car.
Exactly. Yeah. A 65 fastback Mustang,
You can put more shit in the trunk. Yeah. All the bags.
But yeah, and let's see, I after worked for him for a while and worked for my dad kind of on and off, and I kind of quit high school and I did like a home studies thing, and at 16 years old, my granddad fired me and said, go find your own job, and so I did, and he put in a good word for me here and there, I think, and I went on my first interview and I left that interview with a company truck at 16 years old.
Perfect.
Wow.
I drove the company truck home from the interview, and my dad was so pissed. So the next day he made me take it back to the yard, and I wasn't allowed to drive it home anymore because there was really nowhere to park it, So.
You're like, look at this motherfucker, dude.
Wow.
Yeah,
At 16, that's shitting in tall cotton.
That
for
is,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the guy offered me $25 an hour and my own truck and an apprentice, and I was like, yeah, I'm in. Let's do it. And I came home and told my dad, I was like, yeah, dude, I got $25 an hour in a truck. And my dad's like, $25 an hour is not a lot of money when you got a wife and kids. And I'm like, yeah, dude,
I'm 16, bitch.
but I'm living in your house, dude. I even got a girlfriend. But he always wanted me to, not be an electrician and go to school and go that route.
Right.
So I understand what he was doing. He was always trying to push me out of the trades.
Right.
But the problem was I was raised in it. So like even when I tried to go do something else, like I tried to work at a Harley Davidson dealership because there was girls there. After like 3 weeks, I was fired for all kinds of crazy HR violations, that are totally cool at a construction site.
Right.
Not cool at a retail store.
Yeah. I'll leave names out of it, but we recently hired a lady, and I had a little conference with two of them, and I was like, hey, you're not allowed to talk to her, and you're not allowed to say half the shit that you say. And they're like, what, why? I was like, the fact that you don't know is the reason why we're having this conversation. It's just us three right here. You guys need to knock your shit off. And you know both of them, and I'm sure you can guess who they are. Yeah.
Yeah. But, and I worked, when I was in Oklahoma, I worked in oil fields as an electrician, and that was a lot of fun, a lot of good money, a lot of good experience. And I was able to go to school, and it was really good to have that trade under my belt because, like, I could just walk onto a construction site and, like, hey, I want a job from, like, noon to 5. Is that cool? And as soon as people figured out I knew what I was doing, like, they would totally work with whatever my school schedule was.
Right.
So that was really cool.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I learned the trade really young, and it served me well.
Being from California, did you ever get into the oil field in California?
No.
No?
That was like a Bakersfield thing?
Yeah, Bakersfield thing. So I actually have a customer. When I worked at BJAC as a tech, we actually did some oil field work, and I had no idea that there's a California oil field. But it's a huge thing.
For sure.
But apparently it's almost dead because I had a customer bring me a loader, and they're roustabouts in California. They're actually moving over to Nevada and starting to do geothermal like roustabout shit. And that's what he said. He's like, yeah, we've fucking been there since the 20s. His grandpa started it. He's running it now, and he's like, we're literally out. Like there's nothing left to do there. But I had no idea California had an oil field, and it's so under the rug that nobody knew about it. But they have a huge fucking oil field in California.
They do, for sure.
Yeah.
And what's crazy, you go to some of the beaches like Long Beach, Camarillo,
Huntington Beach, dude,
Ventura. There's oil on the beach.
Yeah, and you can see the oil rigs fucking 2 miles offshore. There's a ton of oil rigs out there.
It's like if there was more oil rigs, would there be less oil on the beach?
Right, that's just coming out. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So I don't know, but yeah, no, I never. When you're in California, that's almost like living in 4 states. You have like Southern California,
really is, yeah.
Then like L.A. and then Bakersfield and then Northern California.
Well, and because I lived in Northern California with Drew, not for a super long time.
Yeah.
But when I got hired at BJack, I got sent down to Placentia, California, and that's where their deal was. And you literally turn into the yard, and there's a fucking derrick, just.
Cool.
Or not derrick, but like a pump station,
pump jack.
Yeah, pump jack going. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? And they're like, oh, yeah, it's pumping oil. It's been there since 52. I was like, what? There's oil here? I had no fucking idea. And yeah, California's huge in oil, but nobody will say a word about it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all a secret.
Especially now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, where I grew up is all windmills down there in the Coachella Valley. If you guys have ever been, there's miles and miles and miles of windmills to get, when you're coming into the valley.
Yeah.
But I was never involved in any of that stuff. But yeah, I worked a lot in the Indian casinos and a lot of housing jobs, commercial jobs, stuff like that. Yeah, I got when I was like 17, I got kicked out of one of the Indian casinos because the floor manager offered me tickets. We're in there wiring like a new area for poker tables. And the floor manager is handing out tickets to some show, and I saw that the show said you must be 21, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm only 17." Like 2 hours later, I was off that job, and
Oh, you couldn't even be in the
here I
casino.
come.
can't be in the casino if you're not 18.
No. Unless you're from the reservation, then it's fair game. But
yeah, so yeah, that was kind of a funny day, but yeah, I don't know. And then we started Performance Electric in 2008, and went hard and strong for a long time, became a union shop, and we started PEC Contracting a little over 10 years ago and got into general construction and civil construction. So that's kind of the bread and butter now.
How many states are you in?
Well, we used to say we're Mississippi West. Now we can say we're dang near coast to coast. We're in all the time zones.
So how you doing with mechanics? Because I have the best ones there is.
I got one.
You got one? I got the best ones there is, dude. They're all dirtbags, but they're fucking really good mechanics.
Yeah, that goes with the deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really. I learned quick. I mean, we have a lot of equipment, a lot of trucks.
Right.
I learned quickly you can't really depend on the dealership for much.
You can't.
You got to do your own maintenance, or you got to have like a go-to company. Yep. Yeah.
That's literally how I made my money is fucking getting dealership guys.
Yeah.
Whatever they want, I'll give it to them, and then they come to work for me, and they're happy, they're free, and they do whatever they want.
Yeah. But I've learned over the years, like whatever warranty you get with a piece of equipment is damn near worthless.
It's worthless.
Yeah.
Absolutely worthless.
Yeah. And it's a challenge. I hate equipment, but it's a necessary evil.
Right.
We have a few semi trucks. I think we got 3 or 4 semi trucks, and God, those are big headaches too.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's cool to look at, and it's cool to be able to push dirt around and have fun with the dirt.
Right.
God, when the stuff breaks, it sucks.
Awful.
Yeah, it sucks.
Well, even us, like with our service trucks, our new Peterbilt's like they'll go to Peterbilt for warranty, and they're there for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this thing? Like, I have a tech that runs this truck, and they're like, oh yeah, it's, we're just waiting on parts. It's like, motherfucker, dude, I'll put the parts in. Like, oh, then it's not warranty. It's like I paid over $300,000 for this one fucking truck, and it's been sitting here for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that also sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know what
bad.
to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't give a shit.
Yeah. No, not at all. I've got this beautiful truck. It's a Pete 389 with it's an '08, so it's like the last year of the Cat. It's got a 600 horse Cat in it. 40,000 miles on this truck.
Right.
And the water pump took a shit just because we never used it. So
right.
I took it down to Peterbilt, and they're like, It's got a cat in it? When did they put cats in these things?
Last year was 09, big guy.
Oh no.
So after 4 times of replacing the water pump, they were able to do it where it didn't leak.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I think they
Yeah.
had the truck for about 2 months.
Right.
So that was cool.
Yeah. That's how my service truck, I'm like, dude, this thing costs me fucking $5,500 a month just in payments and insurance. Like,
Yeah.
what can you do for me?
Yeah.
And like, well, we're actually waiting. The headlights have an issue with the harness,
Yeah.
and sometimes they don't turn on. I was like, this one turns on fine.
Yeah.
We don't. That's not an issue here. And they're like, you can't drive it. So finally, I just went and picked it up. I was like, you guys either fucking give it to me or I'm taking it.
Right. Yeah.
And like, well, you can take it, but if you have another issue with the headlights, I was like, I'll put a fucking. I'll build a new harness for it. Like, it's not just sitting here. My guy went on vacation. He went to New Zealand for like a hunting trip, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. Like, your truck's a couple years old, still under warranty. We're going to take it down to Peterbilt, get anything done that needs to be done.
Yeah.
He was in New Zealand for 3 weeks, and the fucking truck was there for 5 weeks. And finally, I was like, dude, I have to pick this fucking thing up. Like, I'm paying on it. And they're like, yeah, no, we don't do payment stuff. Like, it's not a thing. Like, you just got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, you just eat it.
Yeah, you just eat it.
Yeah.
And so finally, I just picked it up, and then they sent us a little harness that we're supposed to put in on it, which we did. We put it in.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be the fix. They didn't send a whole hood harness or anything.
Right.
They just sent this little thing with like some Napa fucking covering over the wires, and like, just put this in it. It's gonna remedy it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm glad I spent fucking $330,000 on this truck to get a little Napa harness. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Thank you guys.
Yeah. I almost think the older stuff is better.
That's what. That's what I've been doing is I buy a ton of like pre-emissions trucks,
Exactly.
break them down to bare frame.
Yep.
We repaint them, we sandblast them, we repaint them, put all new harnesses in them,
Yep.
and then we run them again. Because
Exactly.
I can be $150,000 into one of those instead of $330,
Yeah.
and I get the same use out of
Yeah,
them.
absolutely. Yeah, well, I've got skid steers and stuff like that, and the biggest kind of problem we had lately, we got a brand new 299, and it's got like 100 hours on it. It's a day and a half out of warranty. A speed sensor on one of the track motors goes out.
Left-hand track motor?
It was right hand.
Oh, right hand. Okay, yeah.
The whole tractor's dead.
Yep.
Totally useless. I'm like, cool. I'll keep making payments. All good.
As it sits for 3 weeks.
All good.
Yeah.
And of course, Cashman's like, yeah, we don't have the harness. So,
No.
we'll give you a buzz when it comes in.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll just wait here.
Yep. I'll just hang out. Just wait for it.
But that's with everything, I guess,
But with Empire, it's better.
Oh, for sure.
You're better now.
I noticed the prices are way higher.
Yeah, it's weird, huh? Yeah.
Crazy.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with commercial vehicle or not commercial vehicles, non-commercial vehicles.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I dropped my Ford off because I wanted a platinum. That's what I wanted. I couldn't get a platinum. I had to get a limited. There's a whole string of shit that happened for me to get a limited.
Is the limited higher?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the highest package. I hate fucking sunroofs. I've had nothing but fucking problems with sunroofs. So my last truck, I get the windows tinted. The fucking sunroof freaks the fuck out. Opens, closes, ends up breaking
On its own?
on its own.
You're driving down the road, the thing opens up.
AC, so the best part is AC. It's July in Nevada. The AC shuts off and the heater goes to fucking full bore. And
All on its own.
all on dead serious, all on its own. The fucking sunroof is. So I was like, fuck it. Oh, I just got my tint done on the windows.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool. I'll open the sunroof. The sunroof freaks the fuck out, won't open. And so I'm like pushing, because if you push, it's got the moonroof too, right? So you can like push it open. When it ends up breaking a bunch of tabs, there's all kinds of shit. I hate, and this is like the third vehicle I've had that I've had problems with Fords. I love Fords, but I've had a problem with their sunroofs for forever.
Yeah.
Was that the same truck you sunk at Pyramid Lake?
Yeah,
Was
I did.
it anything to
also
do with the
sink-
water damage on that?
Well,
or-
no, because I've had more trucks that also have the same issue.
And now the rest of the story.
Yeah. Well, this thing, I fucking, so I won't even open. It's got the whole panoramic roof, right? The whole thing fucking opens.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I won't open it because I was like, I'm not fucking dealing with this shit like that.
It's just a one-time deal.
A one-time deal. Not even one time. Like my wife gets in, I was like, don't fucking touch the buttons. We're
You got
not
like blue masking tape.
Yeah,
over
we're
the
not doing
buttons?
this thing. And I bought the thing brand new, like off the lot. They brought it to me.
Wow.
And so we go, my buddy Dakota, he buys this Jeep for his wife. We go to Sacramento to pick it up. I bring my goose snack. We're going to pick it up. He's like, God damn. He's like, this thing's got panoramic roof. I was like, fuck yeah, it does. And I was like, check this thing out. It's got like 2,200 miles on it.
Nice.
I hit the button, and the panoramic roof has like this leather layer, like pleather layer, and then the felt, because the whole interior is felt. And they just leave each other, and you can literally hear it ripping. It's just like
That's awesome.
just ripping, and he's
Nice.
just sitting there. He's like looking out the window.
Was this at the dealership this happened?
No, this was at when my buddy bought the Jeep at a different dealership.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So then I bring it back to Ford, and I was like, dude, your shit's fucked up. And they're like, oh, that never happens. I was like, weird, because the fucking sunroof problem always happens to me. And they're like, yeah, it'll be like, we'll schedule you in. They're like, just leave it. I end up getting it shut, but it's just like sagging everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, just leave it there. Like, bring it in. We'll schedule you it. It'll take like 2 days to fucking fix it. And I was like, okay, yeah, no problem. Well, I schedule it in. This is on like a Monday. Like Friday rolls around. I'm driving like this. I have a 97 Power Stroke. And so I'm driving this fucking thing around to like job sites and shit, which is great. I love the truck. Like, I have no problems with the truck.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm driving this fucking 30-year-old fucking truck.
That's
and it does great.
Is the
And
sunroof okay on that one?
there's no sunroof. That's the best part. Yeah. The motherfucker always runs. There's no sunroof. So I call him. I was like, hey, dude, like, how's my truck going? And they're like, we're having some problems. I was like, yeah, so did I. That's why it's there. And like, yeah, it just really won't close. I was like,
No kidding.
It does if the bottom section isn't connected to it. That's what I found out. And they're like, yeah, that is also weird. So it's there for like fucking almost 3 weeks.
Wow.
They did figure it out, but I won't open the motherfucker. So there's no sunroof situation.
It's just a window.
It's
It's a
just
roof window.
It's a different panel of.
Oh, you don't even open the leather?
No, fuck
Oh,
no,
wow.
I don't. No, there's just a different panel of felt in there. It's not happening.
Nice, like a coffered ceiling kind of.
Yeah, but that's exactly. I was like, dude, I fucking pay a ton of money a month for this thing.
Yeah.
What do you got for me? And they're like, yeah, it is broken. It is, yeah. I was like, cool, thank you.
awesome.
Do you guys do anything? And they're like, well, actually, Ford won't pay anything until it's down for like 3 months.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I was
That's
like,
crazy.
oh, that's perfect. I
Wow.
appreciate that.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I mean, wow.
glad I'm hardcore Ford because
Yeah.
it really worked out for me.
So,
Yeah.
speaking of hardcore Ford, what did you drive today? Let me guess, Dodge?
I drove a Dodge, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm not outnumbered. Oh, wait, no, I still am.
Yeah, two
Ron
Fords,
left.
maybe. We
Ron
own everything, and I've had the least amount of problems with Dodges, with the Rams. Yeah.
Did you buy some new trucks with the 6.7 Godzilla?
We bought, it's the 7.3 Godzilla.
Oh, 7.3,
We
sorry.
bought 2 new Fords in October of last year, and one of them runs great, and one of them not so much. Maybe a camshaft issue, not sure. Been at the dealership on and off since the day we bought it,
Perfect.
and no one knows what's going on. So
Is that a class action lawsuit deal, potentially?
I don't know. It maybe a lemon law thing,
Right.
But I don't know how that works. The business bought it, so it's not a consumer affair thing.
Right.
It's
Commercial.
a different
Yeah.
deal. So I don't know how that all works. We might look into it. It's at the dealership for the 4th time now. When you spend $100,000 on a truck, you expect it to make a lot of money.
Maybe
every
10,000
week.
miles.
A lot of money every week. You expect
Yeah.
it to make money every week. It's
Right.
supposed to be an asset. But when it's at the dealership and your guy is driving around in a 20-year-old Chevy that runs just fine,
Right.
so I don't know.
Does that hurt you a little
It
bit
does.
when the guy's driving a 25-year-old Chevy? 20-year-old Chevy?
I think it's good for morale to guys to be, for guys to be in nice fancy trucks.
It is good for. It's really good for morale.
Yeah, and I think the way the customers look at it, the clients look at it. We got our shit together. We got
Yeah.
brand new trucks, and
100%. When one of my service trucks rolls up to a job site,
yeah,
the dude may not know what the fuck he's doing, but when he shows up, they're like, "This,
yeah. He's got all the tools.
yeah, this guy looks like he fucking knows what he's doing, dude." Yep.
Might not know how to use them, but he's got
Yeah,
all the
he's
tools.
got him, dude. Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, your truck stands out when they pass you on the freeway or whatever. You know it's one of your trucks.
Oh yeah, I get more people coming to me for just the way my service trucks look than anything I've ever done.
Yeah,
They're like, "Hey, I saw that Silver Pete with the drop visor on it." I was like, yeah, you did. And they're like, what can you do? I was like, everything, everything, dude.
I know. I heard there's people sending their cars to you to get painted now.
no way.
No
Yeah,
way.
No, I heard it's confirmed.
Who?
It's a customer.
I feel like Big Dick Miles knows something about this.
It's a customer of ours.
Who?
A friend of ours. He's like, oh no, I'm taking my whole truck out to Alex, and we're gonna take it apart and paint it.
As long as it has no metallic flake,
And
I'll
I
do
was
it.
like, this guy just started a paint business like two weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, dude. Yeah.
That's awesome.
He doesn't have a booth.
Was it Cali Dan or who was
Oh
it?
yeah, it's Cali Dan's.
think it was.
It's Cali Dan's Ford.
Oh, I'll paint the F100 all day, dude. It's just as long as it's not heavy metallic
That's who
flake.
it
As long as
I'll
it's
do
cat
it.
yellow, we're painting it.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not talking shit because I really do. They're a great dealer. We've had our setbacks for the IMT dealer that's in California, and I pay a ton of money to get our shit refurbished, and it just never comes out right. It looks like shit.
What does refurbished mean?
Complete. Besides the framework, the entire truck's new.
So like the whole, like just the bed though.
Yeah, I do the engine, transmission, stuff like that, but
Okay.
like the paint, any components like brakes, shit like that, all gets done.
IMT makes truck beds, right?
Yeah, IMT is
But they'll work on the chassis?
no, IMT doesn't, but my IMT dealer does.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so I was paying for years. I pay a ton of money to have a new refurbished truck.
Yeah.
It just wasn't coming out what I wanted.
Yeah.
Not saying it was bad, just wasn't what I wanted.
Yeah.
So the last two trucks, the first one I didn't paint, the second one I painted, and it was a fucking process. Like, I did not realize how hard. Everybody who I talked to was like, if you're blowing fucking single stage metallic, don't do it. And I was like, dude, I fucking got this. I sanded that bitch 5 times. I do have it now, but 5 times later,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, that's a whole trade. Painting cars is a whole trade.
absolutely, yeah. My shit is still not like. If a painter walked up to it, they'd probably think it's fucking shit, right? And I completely agree. It's not. If you look at it going down the road, it looks great. Honestly, if you walk up to it, it looks great. But if you're really gonna fucking like dissect it,
Yeah.
it's not like I wouldn't pay fucking $40,000 for the paint job.
Right.
Would I pay $6,000 for Mako to do that? Probably.
Yeah,
I'd probably
for
do
sure.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just got tired of like the inconsistencies and lack of professionalism
Yeah.
with and it wasn't even the paint was like the least of my worries. However, like Peterbilt fenders go on the hood, but they're also not part of the hood.
Right.
They wouldn't take the fenders off to paint it. So as soon as you like start pressure washing it, where the fender and the hood
Yeah.
meet starts peeling.
Well, those are all hook riveted together. So
They are.
You can't just unbolt them.
No, you can't unbolt them. But if I'm paying $20,000 to get painted,
Okay,
I
yeah.
want the motherfucker unbolted. So that was my point. So we did it at my shop. I finally had enough, and I was like, hey, fuck it, dude. We're just gonna do this one in house. We unbolted everything from that fucking thing,
Yeah.
and we painted it, and we painted it, and we painted it, and we painted it. again.
Saving money.
Yeah, saving money. But now, I mean, we're getting better at it, and I do think that I'm on a process where we are just going to do it in-house. Because the rest of it is, besides the paint and body work, is mechanic work.
Yeah.
And I have the best mechanics there is, hands down, and
Yeah.
I'll put money on that every day. We have that.
Yeah.
The paint thing, and maybe I'll hire a fucking dude that just paints.
Right.
And it's probably money ahead for me.
Yeah.
But I'm done dealing with the situation where I'm supposed to be, okay, so a new truck's $330 and I'm paying $175 for this truck.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm paying $175 for a new product, even though it's old, and I wasn't getting it. And now I'm paying maybe $175 again, and I'm fine with the $175. Fuck, I'm fine with the $330. I have a couple new ones too, but I expect something that I wasn't getting.
Yeah.
And I wasn't getting it. I didn't get it with my new trucks. I bought brand new Fords. I bought brand new Peterbilts, and I never got what I would paid for.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Sounds like you're getting trucks restored, which is kind of a big
And
deal,
that's
right?
basically what we were trying to do.
Yeah.
And it never worked out, so I'll just do it myself.
Yeah, for sure.
I will take the hit financially, so in 5 years we can just do them all ourselves, and we're good to go. I'll
Yeah.
buy the harnesses and shit like that is not a problem.
Yeah.
They're available. You can just buy them.
Yeah.
We'll put them in. We'll weld them up. We'll fix everything that's wrong with them, and I'll do it myself.
We used to do something similar to that. I would buy trucks from an auction, like a PG&E auction or something
Right.
like that. And we used to have a lot of 6.0 trucks, and we'd buy them not running and pop the cabs off and fix them and everything. But
Right.
what I learned kind of quickly was that the opportunity cost outweighed the savings versus just buying a new one. Like,
Right.
having a couple guys work on the truck versus work on stuff that's actually making money It didn't really make sense.
And I don't disagree with you, and that's why I've personally been refurbing the trucks myself.
Yeah.
Because I agree 100%
You are the
with you.
lowest paid employee.
I literally am the lowest paid employee. So, and I did hire a person that makes a way lesser wage than all my mechanics do,
Sure,
and
yeah.
we do this together.
Nice.
But that is, I agree with you 100%, and that's why, like,
So you're building a mechanic. You have an apprentice. it sounds like.
exactly.
Yeah, so
And
that's
my
good.
guys who I'm paying an astronomical amount to fix things for a certain amount,
Yeah.
I expect you to go fix things because that's how I make money. I don't need you in here working on our shit.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I had with the new trucks is I would pay fucking $330,000 for this new truck, and one of them I bought didn't even fucking leave the dealership, and it had to stay there for 5 weeks. So that's why we started doing the refurb thing, because I got tired of it. I have bought my house, my shop, all the shoes that are on my kids' feet with DEF system issues,
Yeah.
and I don't need those issues.
For sure. Yeah.
So that's why I went back to fucking pre-emissions, and we'll just refurb the body.
You're training an apprentice painter.
Yeah,
Body guy?
body chick, but yes.
Is she a select minority?
Well, she's white, but she's got titties.
Well, that's not select minority then.
Then I don't know. No.
Select minority is not non-white.
Oh,
You
well,
don't
we
say
have
what
Raul.
You don't say what it is, just non-white.
Oh, no, this one's white.
Okay.
Raul's non-white, but he doesn't have titties. Yeah, I mean, he does have dude titties, but not like not nice titties.
Drew, I'm going to throw the ball to you.
Yeah,
Roll in on Ross and ask him some high
personal
performance.
shit.
No, not personal shit.
the hard hitting questions.
yeah.
Congratulations to Ross Miller. He's expecting his second child in.
Do you know what it is yet?
Yeah, it's gonna be a baby.
Yeah, perfect, dude. Love babies, dude.
It's
Not
a human.
It won't be a Chevy. Dang it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having our second girl
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
in August. So
Yeah.
I've got a 3-year-old turning 4 in August, and then we're expecting our second baby in August.
Hell yeah.
So we're pretty excited. Yeah.
And Ross is gonna learn how to pee with the seat down.
Yeah. I'm going to have my own bathroom. I already got it figured. But, I think what a lot of people haven't thought about, especially if they have 2 girls, and if somebody has a son, they don't even realize this, but I'm going to have 3 women in my house, right? So
Right.
I figure I can be gone for probably 4 days before they even notice.
Probably.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
4 days every month.
Yeah.
Every month. And in your bathroom, all there is the urinal.
Yeah.
You're like, you can pee in Daddy's bathroom if you want.
That's what Callie Dan figured out. He's having another girl.
Nice.
One of our original OG guests. And he figured out that it takes just as much effort to lift the seat as it does to put it down. So
Nice.
they should lift the seat for him because he's the minority.
I like it.
Did he win though?
Not yet.
Yeah, the war rages, right?
Yeah, war rages on, man.
Now, if you put in the urinal though, you're like, there's no seat.
Yeah.
Good luck. Yeah.
I can get you a stool.
Yeah.
Drew, it's your question.
All right, so we'll get back to some cars and horsepower and stuff. So, what kind of cool cars, trucks, boats?
I
what are you
got
into?
a few toys. I got a 56 F100 that was built by Speed Tech down in St. George, Utah.
My wife's from St. George.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah.
nice.
Great place
It is awesome
to be from.
gorgeous down
Yeah.
there. Really pretty down
Yeah.
there. And let's see, what's the next one? I got a 69 F250 that my grandpa bought new, and he used to pick me up before I had a driver's license to go to work in that truck, and I still got it. It's got a service bed on it for that he put on back whenever. That one's all restored. And then I've got 76 F250 with an LS in it that I think Eric built.
Is that the green and black truck?
Yeah,
Yeah, we built that one.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was that the leaker?
No, that wasn't the leaker.
Oh,
No.
it was a trophy truck motor that was the leaker.
It was the pre-runner motor that was leaking.
pre-runner. Oh, pre-runner was a leaker.
Yeah, the buggy.
Did the truck leak?
No, the truck didn't leak. Yeah.
I trained my guys. Like,
I mean, I do good.
My
Got-
assembly guys.
you gotta tighten those bolts.
Yeah.
Put some sealer on them.
And we got a couple square bodies, like mid-'80s Chevys, and just kind of play around with those. And that's kind of it on the hot rod side.
It's interesting because you're a Dodge guy.
Yep.
And I'm okay with the Cummins swap and the square body.
We got that going on.
Because that's badass. But then we built we're building a Ford Pre-Runner.
That's what I want to do.
And it's like, this is luxury Pre-Runner over the top.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that
A
one.
little bit of, you forgot. I remember.
That one.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Eric's waiting for that check to show up.
no,
It's in the mail.
we already did the motor. Like, it's over the top Pre-Runner.
Yeah.
But it's Chevy powered.
Yep.
What engine?
LSX.
Okay.
Yep. I like the Chevy powertrain for sure. And, the 6100 truck taught me that. We could not break those
LS3?
525 LS3s.
Yeah, those are badass.
A foot to the floor for 1,000 miles, that thing was totally fine. Really not even an air filter on it, totally fine.
Now, he was making ceramics at 1,000 miles in the cylinder.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's
The
like-
motor was complete trash.
Yeah.
like,
But I mean, it would still take you to work.
But it made it.
It made it.
It finished.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It made it. And you could totally put it in a daily driver. You
Yeah.
probably didn't want to race it anymore, but you could totally pre-run it or drive it to work.
Right.
So that was pretty cool.
That's how we met, I think, was the race truck. You brought me a motor. That was how we met. You brought me that's when Tom Brady worked for you.
Yep.
And he
The
was
football player?
Yes.
Yes.
He worked part-time for me, I taught him what he knows.
He was a hell of a talker.
Yep.
And this LS3 showed up, and you're like, "Well, it got 1,000 miles on run." They're like, "It's down on power," and we take it apart, and it was ceramic coated pistons and valves and chambers.
There's like stalactites growing.
And I was
on the
like,
head.
Hell yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, "What in the hell? Really? Only 1,000 miles?" He's like, "Yep." I'm like, "Does it have an air filter?"
No.
It was he was making glass, and obviously that stuff's a little abrasive, so that didn't help the
A hair,
cause,
yeah.
But yeah, I think that's how we met. Was Tom Brady?
Yeah. So we were
Sent a
looking.
motor.
We were looking for an LS or what do they call it? The 5, the LT5. We were looking for an LT5 for the pre-runner, for the Ford.
But that's interesting. That's not how I got the story.
Okay.
He's like, there's a bunch of
But
dudes
yeah,
blowing
I
a bunch
would have
of
loved.
dudes.
I would have loved to sell. I would have loved to sell you one. No, it's Tom Brady. No, so it was Johnny at Rensport when he worked at Rensport. Now it's Beamer Experts. Great dude. He sent Tom Brady, and then Tom Brady was like, "We're building the pre-runner." He said, "We're building the pre-runner. The dude's got an unlimited budget. What's the best motor you could do? We want a blower." And I was like, "We need to do
Triton V8.
LT
Nailed it.
EcoBoost." No, I was like, we should do an LT5, and for the pre-runner, I think I'm glad we talked you. I didn't talk you out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. We might have talked about it, but I'm glad that we didn't do the LT5 path. Now, from an investment standpoint, if you would have bought like a half a dozen of those at the time for 19 and put them on the shelf,
Yeah.
we could have paid for part of the pre-runner, but
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
how that market was going to go.
Yeah.
Because I'm glad we didn't do it on the 632.
Yeah.
We talked about it.
We did talk about
They
it.
can't give those fuckers away now.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Because I was on the pre-order list for the second one to West Coast dealership.
Right.
I was number 2. And they said, it's coming. And then a year later, they're like, it's coming. And I was like, my wife doesn't even take that long.
Trust me, it's going to happen one of these times. Yeah.
And so then they're like, no, we have allocation. Do you want your name on it? And it went from 28 to like 32.
Right.
And I said, hell no. Because I don't think there's going to be a bidding war now.
Yeah.
No.
Not after this long, yeah.
I said, no, they still have it. Because the guy behind me bailed too.
Right.
Good
Yeah.
thing we didn't sign up for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a good motor, application specific.
Right.
Copo Camaro, street car for hot August nights.
Yeah.
Not a
Yep.
desert truck, not a daily driver.
Right.
Yep.
And the LT5 might have been a good one, but I don't know what the warranty claims are on that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're supercharging dirt too, right? So there's that to think about.
Yeah, so you just wreck like
You
another.
have to really push the sandpaper in there. Yeah.
You're just gonna wear out like $7 or $8 grand more worth of shit with the dirt.
So
I
for,
think-
for the dirt thing, for the pre-runner that Eric built the LSX for, we opened
And what real quick, what
Yeah.
class do you guys run?
So I used to race. I say used to. As of 2021, we stopped. I used to race 6100, which is trophy spec.
That's what I want to race. Is
Those are
6100.
awesome.
No, fuck
Yeah.
no. Let's
Yeah.
do a goddamn Class 1 car.
No,
No.
unless you have a bunch of extra money, let me know.
Class 1 would be cheaper. So the
See?
unlimited class is always cheaper than a spec class. 100%.
Why?
Because in an unlimited class, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, but you have to have the money to do unlimited shit.
No, well, unlimited is less money than spec because when you're in a spec class, you're chasing 5 horsepower.
That is true. I see that, yeah.
You're chasing a minute, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, like 50 pounds on the truck is a huge deal.
Huge deal. I mean, guys are building billet power steering pumps
Right.
to try and squeeze a little bit more time out of the truck.
Right.
So
okay,
you got
I
a
can see that. Yeah.
$3,000 power steering pump.
Right.
It's
But-
yeah.
But that being said, and we just rolled into off-road racing.
Right.
These donkeys want to have an off-road team. I'm
I
in.
do.
I'm
No,
in.
yeah, let's do it, Herbert.
I'll do the engine.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
But like spec 6100 in Vora,
Yeah.
you had fun,
We had fun.
but there was no competition.
And the year we raced,
Barely.
there
Like
was-
Right.
Sam Cothran is a contender.
that guy's a wheel man for
Yes.
sure.
And so if he's racing, you got to bring your ass.
Yeah.
But otherwise, if he's out because they're prepping for Baja,
Yeah.
you're out on a Sunday drive.
Pretty much.
Right.
You're
Yeah,
just
just don't
passing
break the
broken.
truck.
You're just passing broken cars.
Yep.
Keep the wheels on, and you're totally fine. And if you want to do that for hobby, I'm in. If you want to race competitively, I'm out. I can't afford it.
It's not
Let's
fun.
do competitively.
Huh?
Instead of adding fucking 3,700 feet to your house, let's do competitive racing.
I can't do competitive racing because I'm going to be paying that until I die.
Well, I know, but just do better.
Here's the thing about competitive racing, and the reason I stopped when my daughter turned 2 because I was like, I'm missing too much time here.
Right.
And then that's the deal. The money is one thing, right? We can all go to work and make more money,
But there's no money in racing, right?
There's a massive time commitment in racing.
Yeah.
Because you got to go practice. You need seat time.
Right.
And you want to go race for a day, you need to be down at the track for like a week.
Right.
Getting the lay of the land, pre-running if you can. And if you want to do a big boy race, like the 1000, I mean, you're gone for 2-3 weeks.
Right.
No,
And,
no.
know.
We're not racing the 1,000 ever.
No, we're gonna have big
Nora-
Herberts on the side, dude.
Nora in a stock Volkswagen Class 11, maybe.
Dude,
maybe.
don't fucking tempt me because I'll do Class 11 all fucking day, dude.
Yeah.
But they let you fix the car every night.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
That's fine.
I'm fine with that.
That's
dude.
like a rally race. but-
My favorite part about Class 11 is you don't see a dude that comes out of a Class 11 that's not happy because
Yeah.
he's just stoked to be there.
Yeah.
You also don't see a dude that gets out of a Class 11 car that's not pissing blood.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of it. Wear a kidney belt. Be
Like,
better.
You're on the organ donor list before you get in the car.
When we raced Vora, one of the races in 22, we overalled in a spec truck, which was cool. We beat all the Class 1s. We beat the other spec trucks, and nobody cared. They're like, okay, yeah, get off the course. 17 hours later, when that Class 11 car rolled through, people were cheering and clapping.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like,
Everybody loves Class 11, dude.
It's like the
Yeah.
second coming of Christ. 'Cause
It
you
really
drove
is.
in
They're
stock
like, the
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen made it, dude. Oh, we're fucking stoked, dude.
yeah, exactly. It was
Yeah.
like,
We did the motor for the first Class 11 to finish Vegas to Reno.
whoa.
And that was a huge deal. And they're like, do you want to drive? I'm like, nope.
No.
Wow.
Nope.
That's cool.
I'm out. And after they did it, he's like, I'm never doing that again. I'm like, told you.
Yeah.
We won't do it this year, but next year we're doing we're doing XR 650 in fucking Vegas
wow.
Reno. Yeah,
That's all you too.
yeah,
Wow.
we'll do it. It depends on what Sarah says my wrist situation is, but
Honey.
Why are you running a 650 and not a 450?
just because my buddy Austin, his dad always ran 650s.
Okay.
He did the Baja in it,
Yeah.
and he still has it, and I just
Oh,
think
wow.
it'd be cool to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a 650R?
Yeah,
Not the L, right?
No, it's an R. So it.
Is that the liquid cooled one or not?
Yeah, they're liquid cooled, but they're a motherfucker to start.
Yeah, don't turn it off.
No, that's basically what Brad told us. He's like, we'll go out and test ride it, and then we'll teach you guys how to start it. I was like, what does that even mean? He's like, it just doesn't really start often. I was like, perfect. That's
Yeah.
what we need. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a trip.
I think it's going to be fun.
Hey, talk about that.
Who are you talking to?
I'm calling a doctor.
Sarah.
Hey,
Hey,
we need a doctor out here because
we need a doctor out here.
You got to check out Alex's wrist from the race last weekend. I think he needs some lubrication or a grease zerk, but I can't find it.
I don't think that's my department.
Just come check it out and make a recommendation.
Make a recommendation without the dogs. Please don't bring the dogs.
It's impressive.
Yeah. Don't bring the dogs.
No dogs.
So what's this race team you guys want to put together?
I'm trying to get Herbert to do a fucking race team, and he won't do it.
What class?
One.
No.
No.
What's the class that takes like a Chevy 4-cylinder? It's unlimited fucking suspension.
Class
10
10?
cars.
Is this a
Yeah, I want class 10, dude, all day.
No
Fuck
10
you
cars.
too.
Yeah, you can't
No.
do a 10 car.
Why?
Because you've got $200,000 10 cars,
Yeah.
and you've got $200 10 cars. Just stay away
Herbert's
from
the $200,000 10 car.
I'll do the motor, Alex. I'll do the motor.
I'll do the rest. I'm fine with that.
You know, the transmission is like 3 motors.
Let's do it, dude.
But buggies are so much rougher than trucks. Like, that's why you can buy a buggy so cheap, for like the past 5 years, because everyone's going to trucks. The trailing arm's so short on the buggy that you just get bucked like crazy.
And I have a side-by-side, but I can't get myself to race a side-by-side class. It just won't.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
So I went over to the dark side. I sold all my stuff. I had a 4-seat Brenthel pre-runner buggy, LS powered, sequential.
We could have raced that in class
We
1.
could have easily raced that in class 1. And sold that. Sold the trophy truck.
And pre-ran in it.
Bought a UTV. Love the UTV.
I can't do the UTV class.
We have what do I have? A Pro R.
Yep.
Yeah.
That thing it rides like the trophy truck,
That's what I have.
but it handles better, I would say. And it's just about 50 miles an hour slower, but it's still a blast.
Right.
And if it breaks, like, you just call Polaris.
Yeah, but you
and they
haven't
send
broke
the
it yet.
parts. We haven't broke it
You just
yet.
drive it.
We just drive it. I haven't even changed the oil. It runs fine.
Yeah.
Just drive it.
Mine's been awesome. I mean, I have around 3,000 miles on it, and
Whoa.
it's had no issues.
Yeah.
We're calling in a doctor on the podcast.
We're calling in a doctor. Hold on.
She's a previous member on the podcast. No, to be on camera.
What's wrong with you?
Feel it? Hold it.
No, actually, it almost feels a little bit more like muscle.
What does that mean?
Got to trim off the hairs off the tendon, like I told you. The hairs are dragging.
Do what? Do this?
What the heck is going on over there?
Eric, close your eyes. Look away.
Honey, that's how you do it.
Yeah. A hand job's still a job, right?
I mean, there's no bone attached. I mean, there's not like any bone.
Alex, it's not a job unless you finish.
That's right. But
It
this,
goes all the way down here. And it's all the
from
way down
here to here, hurts really fucking bad. Like,
Go
real bad.
back down.
He also doesn't have a primary care provider.
I don't have a primary care provider.
Well, you should find one.
Oh, thanks.
I mean,
I'm not taking
you
new
can be
patients.
mine if you want better care. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know that sound.
You can feel it though, right?
Yeah, it's like a vibration. might
Yeah, it
be
feels like
why-
sandpaper on the tendon going through the hole.
Have you done anything for it? Like, have you done any?
Just Advil.
Well, that's good. That's a
Yeah,
start.
yeah, it's a start. Yeah, that's
How
what I
much?
got. Like a lot. Yeah. Like 1,000 milligrams a day.
Have you thought about putting a brace on?
Probably not. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be a good idea to like, reduce the movement of it and just.
I know, but this is the right hand.
Well, it's always good to have a stranger.
This one's really not that great.
You know how long it takes to...
Jack
with the
off
left?
wrong hand.
Yeah. I told Haley to do it.
It's like
but
a
she said
3-person
it's still a
conversation
job.
by yourself in the bathroom.
100% still a job.
Yeah.
It's not a relaxing.
So what should I do?
I would put a brace on it, and you can continue with some ibuprofen to help out with swelling. But I would put a brace on it and try to relax that tendon.
Okay, so you think it's a tendon issue? Okay. Herbert,
You don't have any weakness.
I already told you that today.
he did. He said that it's like
You
taking
don't
up.
have any weakness.
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't. I can't lift shit with this hand now
Like the whole, like you can't have, you don't have strength in making a fit.
at all. Yeah. What does that mean?
So did you wreck or what happened?
No, I just went too far. I'm fat and old.
Yeah,
I should have gone as many laps as I did.
gotcha.
Yeah.
So fatigue.
Fatigue. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But you got like
he needs
one.
to go in a cage instead of
Yeah,
riding
with
a
age
Yeah.
comes a cage. Right?
With age comes cage. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
But
did-
I won't give up. So that's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got 133 out of 600.
I did.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Especially for these titties. Yeah.
How many people finished? 133.
No, like 330 or something like
Oh, wow.
that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I got 13th in my class.
Okay.
Yeah.
What class is that?
30 plus open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Well, my plan is next year, there was only like 2 guys in my class to make 5 laps. So my plan is next year to at least get 5 laps. Because nobody in my class made 6. There was 3 pros that made 6 laps, and they're all fucking
Yeah.
17 to 21.
Sure.
And so my goal next year is to make 5 laps, and that's my goal. Because I could probably, I'd get top 6 for sure if I got
Nice.
5 laps in.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we intrigued Ross on the off-road team.
Let's do
Yeah.
it. Ross, you want to do an off-road team, dude?
It's you guys don't know what you're in for, but yeah, I'm down.
I'm down, dude. I'm down to fucking just drain money, dude. I don't have it, but we'll
Yeah,
find it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's cool. You got credit cards, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're good.
I got an American Express.
We're
that
good.
Drew's wife set me up. We have no
We're dialed.
limit, dude. Yeah,
Perfect.
we'll go bankrupt
We're
for this
dialed.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
Nice. Yeah, we could probably spend $500,000 before the end of this podcast.
perfect. Yeah. Tara may hate me, but we're good,
That's season 1.
dude. Yeah,
Let's just get you to the start line.
yeah.
Do you still have all your like the big chase trailer?
No, I sold pretty much everything except for my race suit, helmet, stuff like
I
that.
got a gooseneck we can throw.
All right, so
you
Ross
go.
and I
Yeah.
are at the same starting point.
cat. Yeah,
My helmet and suit are legal.
I don't have a helmet or suit.
I don't have tires. Or I
Yeah,
can do a
tires.
motor. Class 10 is out. I'm out on class 10.
What class do you want to
Because
do?
in Vora, especially if we did Vora, there's like 1 or 2 people that it's not going to be pretty if we were in 10.
Yeah.
But if we're in 1, I'm not opposed to a 6100. I'm not opposed. I just think it's a ton of money that we're throwing at something.
Yep.
This is your
where-
first time throwing a ton of money at something.
No, I've done it. It's about my 780th time.
Yeah.
Jack told me today we had a conversation about doors for the like
You're getting old.
workout room and guest and caretakers quarters, and he's like, that's a bad decision. And he's got drywall all over his face, and I was like, if you think this is my first bad decision,
Just wait. bud.
we gotta have a chat.
We're just getting warmed up.
Yeah.
This is like 722
Yeah.
this week.
I always thought Class 8 would be fun. Like,
Class A would be a good time.
Yeah.
I'd have a good time with Class
You're
A.
not going 100 miles an hour, so if you hit something, like it's
Right.
it's fixable.
It's fixable.
you know?
Yeah.
What's class 8? Is that a
That's
straight
a-
axle truck?
That's a full-size truck.
Full size.
With stock suspension concept.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So
I'll
you're
do,
in an
I'll do
I-beam
the motor.
F100,
I'll
you
do
know.
the motor.
Yeah.
And you guys can drive it.
Yeah.
Deal.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Class A would be good.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of competition in Class
What's
A.
German? What's German class?
Well, depends on who you ask. You ask me, that dude is in a trophy truck when he was,
I thought so.
and he races in Class 8.
Well, okay. Well, that's
There
your
you go.
competition if you're going to race class 8.
Well, I mean, they lost World War II. You say German?
Well, it's Don German's kid now.
Yeah, exactly.
When I started, it was with Don German
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
back in the day, and it probably was a legal class 8, but
Yeah, I guess that I heard that truck was in the trophy truck class in Score, right? 'Cause
okay.
that's the only class it fit in. And
But
then
he's
they come
letting
over
him.
here and they're racing stock trucks, which
Oh
is
boy.
I don't know. I was always taught race up in class, not down in class. Right?
Same.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
So did you do BITD at all, or
No.
is it all score and Vora?
we did some like local races in Southern California. So I had Brenthel stuff. I had a Brenthel Recon buggy, which was a 4-seat pre-runner buggy, and then I had the Brenthel 6100 truck, and the truck lived down at their shop for a little bit, and we did some stuff down there. And then I brought it up here just because it's like, you own this thing, but you can't even look at it. So we brought
Right.
it up here and did Vora 1 year and like totally did not do good at all. And I was like, let's see if we can win some trophies. And we got more serious about it and actually, made it to every race and
Right.
actually prepped the truck. And race cars, man, they are just never together. Like you think
No.
you're going to have this race car sitting in your garage? No. you have parts everywhere in a chassis sitting in your garage.
Yep.
Till about 9 minutes before you got to load it on the truck and get to the race.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Where are you going, Herbert?
I gotta take a potty break.
So besides off-roading, I heard boats as well. What kind of
What kind of boats are you into?
yeah, we got a boat that Eric might have built a motor for. We got I don't even know what year this thing is.
It's a Chevy.
It is a Chevy. It might even be a 502,
Yeah.
and it's a something with a C. Campbell. It's a Campbell inboard outboard. I think it's a 1990.
Okay. But Herbert built the engine for that thing?
Yeah, Herbert built the 502 that's in it. It's a fast boat. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think he built a 502 and did some stuff to it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
I've never brought the... so Drew built my boat engine, but I've never brought Tahoe.
Okay.
It sinks everywhere else it goes. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Tahoe's
cool.
not a great place for it to sink. Yeah, it's a little deep. So,
Nice.
yeah.
that's part of the story with the the truck sinking wasn't it pulling the boat out
okay.
after that?
Yeah,
sunk?
the truck
first
also
time?
sunk trying to pull the boat out. So
Nice.
it's Raul's problem.
Is
now,
that the
but-
one with the sunroof problem?
Yep. Also
Okay,
has
cool.
that was before though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
That was the first one.
That was it. Yeah,
Cool.
we've sunk a couple things at Pyramid
Okay, I hear
Yeah.
that. I've never been to Pyramid.
How do you sink a truck at Pyramid?
Okay, so
because you're not
tell
a
'em the whole
bitch,
story.
Herbert.
Huh?
Because you can't be a bitch. You got
I
to
know,
really
but-
throw her down.
But if you know how to pull a boat on a trailer,
There's
well,
only
the tailpipe in the truck doesn't go in the water.
They don't use ramps. where
They
he
don't
goes.
use
They
ramps
just
at the
drive out
res.
into the water.
No
You go-
ramps at the res.
You pick the shallowest beach.
Yeah,
Oh, that happens.
yeah. The main time I got the Power Stroke stuck, there's kind of a in the water underneath the water, and once the back tire backed off it did the yeah.
Oh no.
And she really wasn't coming out of that.
You're not supposed to drive your boat in Pyramid. Not without closed cooling. All that calcium and whatever. It's
Well,
brackish water.
unfortunately, that's where it sank. Yeah, so it actually just had the tip lights out of the water when I woke
Wow.
up.
How are you sinking a boat? Like,
The bill just kind of gave out on it.
oh,
Had a
really?
lot of leaks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like the whole transom?
Yeah, so I got out of my tool hauler in the morning, just dick hard, fucking opened the door,
Nice.
and I just had lights out of the water with the tip.
Cool.
I was like, that doesn't seem great.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Seemed great, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday had the whole family in that thing.
Yeah, yesterday it went around the lake, and today it's at the bottom.
See,
Other than that, it worked great.
At Lahontan, at least when it sinks, you can still get in the boat.
Yeah, you could actually
Yeah.
just walk over the side and get in it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, Pyramid gets deep a little bit quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the last time I had a Pyramid. Other than that, it's been decent.
Nice.
Yeah, it still runs great. Even as soon as I got
wow.
out of the water from sinking, I
Yeah.
just pulled the plugs out, filled all the holes with WD-40, fucking ran her over a bunch,
Cool.
and then put the plugs back in, and she torched right off.
Wow. Nice.
That's Herbert performance right there.
It works.
Awesome.
It does.
works.
Because I brought my engine to Herbert with a bunch of fucking parts, and they're like, "We're not putting these parts in." I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
"What do you mean?" And like, "Yeah, you're gonna spend more money." I was like, "Oh, okay,
Okay.
perfect. That's what I need."
There you go.
Free boat. Yeah,
Free boat, that's the most expensive one.
yeah.
Yeah,
And it does run really good.
Did you get a slip at Tahoe this year?
we did.
You did.
We did.
Full price.
Full price.
No.
Full price. Boats in the water.
I keep
Already?
Boats in the water. Yeah.
I
No
keep,
shit,
I keep,
huh?
I keep waiting for like, hey, summer specials. No one booked. Cheaper slip.
Not happening.
Not
Nope.
happening.
Nope.
Not
No.
this year.
They'll go to August. They're like, no, it's still full price.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
August. Are
Yep.
you kidding me? I get the email newsletter every week. I'm like, no,
when
not
we,
going.
When we went up there to look at slips, we stood in line.
Really?
Are you shitting me? Did you pick your slip this time?
Yeah.
Probably close to where you were.
No, I parked. So come to find out, I'm not great at parking a boat. Who knew this?
Who knew this?
So we tried to get a slip.
Neither's my wife.
Yeah.
So
And
we,
it's a small boat.
yeah. So we tried to
Yeah.
get a slip, away from other boats.
Yeah.
So I think we got her this time.
Good.
So you're open on both sides?
I'm open on one side, but it's kind of like when you first are coming into that area, it's right there. So instead of being close to land, it's you got to like walk out. a
Okay.
ways. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, And then, like, I don't know, an hour after we bought the slip, my wife's like, hey, I'm pregnant, so, we're probably not doing nothing this summer.
Oh, shit.
Hey, I'm glad we got to slip. The boat will look good out there.
The boat looks bitchin', I bet.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen it yet.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, it's looking great up there.
Yeah.
So,
You'd like the combo. It's Chevy.
I'm
But
fine with that.
he got what's a square body? 78? No, 80.
Oh, it's an 86.
86 square body, dually long bed, 4-door,
Ooh.
Four-wheel drive.
4-wheel drive.
It's not slam, though?
It's
No.
not slammed.
It's
I
stock.
love
Is that
slam
what the
square bodies.
632's going in?
That's what
Yeah,
the
632.
Fuck yeah.
632's going that, but it's painted to match the boat. But
Yeah.
they were bought separately.
I'm all about that, dude.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm with that for sure.
The truck's at 86, the boat's a 90. It's pretty
Yep.
cool. Yep. Yep.
But the color matches,
Yep.
and neither one of them gets good gas mileage.
No.
Yeah, no, you don't want that with boats. That's the opposite of what you want, yeah. It's miles per gallon.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did Ron say? The aircraft carrier that was non-nuclear was
16 foot a gallon.
16 feet a gallon.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the boat's like 1,400 feet.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, to get this thing out of the dock, we're gonna need a tanker.
It's a business decision. It's 16 foot a gallon. We have to go to Hawaii twice. Nuclear's where it's at.
We're gonna get refueled by a barge halfway,
Yeah.
Wow. That's wild.
and the barge is gonna float away because it'll be empty.
It'll be, yeah. So what kind of boat do you have on Tahoe then?
So here not too long ago we got a Cobalt.
Oh, okay.
Are you shitting me? Why
Eric's-
the fuck didn't you even tell me about that? What the
Eric's
fuck?
recommendation.
God damn it! You bought a
I was
fucking
gonna
boat.
drop it on the podcast, Eric.
Oh, son.
You don't like Cobalts?
That's like one tick below my wife telling me that she's pregnant. Maybe my wife telling me she's pregnant. Maybe that's 2 ticks below.
Yeah, it might be.
Because I'm thick, so that'd be a bigger surprise.
You have a lot to explain.
You got a new boat?
Yeah.
Well, it's not new. It's not new.
Well, that's good.
It's new.
It's new to you?
It was manufactured the year I graduated high school, so I wouldn't call it new.
That's fine.
But yeah, we it's too big, so it's
28 foot with twins, big blocks?
It's gonna be even. It's a little longer than that. It's gonna be even harder for me to park.
Oh, that's why you got way out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
32 twins?
Getting there. A few more feet.
Are you kidding me?
36 twins.
It might be 36.
Yeah.
You got a 36, 94, 36 twins?
What's 94 of the year?
Yeah.
03.
Oh, 03.
Did you get formula?
No, it's a Cobalt.
Oh, it's Cobalt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eric said I
Formula.
had to buy Cobalt to phone to hang out with him.
Yeah,
Why?
no,
Yeah, that's what he said.
that's the right boat.
Yeah.
Why?
They're nice boats.
It's
So
just the quality of
I'm
the
not.
boat.
I'm not
It's
saying they're
just
not, but yeah, it just surprises me.
If you're buying a pleasure boat, I think Cobalt that's Cadillac, right?
Yeah.
So it's Chevy with nice trim. But the hull is all hand-laid Kevlar. Yours
Yeah.
is Kevlar hull.
Yeah.
And they're fucking fantastic on Tahoe.
Yeah, I don't
Third-
disagree.
wait.
And the nice thing is they have high sides.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about the wave situation at
Lot of-
Tahoe.
lot of-
I don't disagree.
A lot of freeboard, and they're quiet.
I'm just surprised you didn't tell Eric about this. He seems upset.
He is
I
a little
am.
bit. That's okay. I was saving the surprise.
30. What'd you say, 32?
36.
36. That's a big boat.
Jesus.
It's got what, twin
That's a-
502s or something?
I think it's the 496.
496s.
Yeah.
496 or 496
With
Mag
some
HO.
Bravo
The
outdrives.
Mag HO, and then I think the drive is a Bravo 3X.
Bravo 3,
something
okay.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
That's a good combo, especially
just-
for like pleasure craft.
Yeah.
You're not trying to win any races with it, but it's
No.
a pleasure craft.
No.
Yeah.
That's a big booze cruiser.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
My wife went with me on the Campbell boat in Tahoe for about 2 hours, and she was like, I had a lot of fun. We're not doing this again. I
Perfect.
was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. I
36.
brought the old mullet bullet up to Tahoe, and my wife's like, "We're not coming up here again." I was like, "I had a blast," and she's like, "Do you know how fucking long it took to get everywhere?" I was like, "We did 80 miles an hour everywhere," and she's like, "In a 21-foot boat." I was like, "Well, I guess you got to find a new husband because this motherfucker can afford a 21-footer." Yeah.
Was it a previous Tahoe boat?
It was. Yeah.
Where were they keeping it, north or south?
South. Yeah. What is that? Round Hill, maybe. Does that sound right?
The poor shore.
I'm new to the whole Tahoe thing.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a camper at Round Hill Pines.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, I got told when that the poor shore thing is where I tried to get my boat washed out, and they're like, "There's a bunch of shag carpet in this." I was like, "I can see that because the whole boat's full of shag carpet." And like, did this come from South Lake? And I was like, actually, no, it came from Lahontan. That's the last place that I was like, it actually sunk in Pyramid last time, but this time it hasn't sunk.
You're
recently.
like, no, a little further than South Lake.
Yeah. And that's where they said the poor shore. They're like, oh, the poor shore. I was like, just wash the fucking boat out, bud. Yeah. Well, I'll sink it my own if I want to. Okay.
You can be, Belle can be pregnant on that boat.
Yeah.
There's a sink, microwave.
Is there a head on it?
2-burner
There is,
stove.
yeah.
There is.
Shitter,
So I always-
shower, combo shitter shower.
I don't know if there's a shower.
I always had this question at Tahoe because I had a buddy who had a big fountain
Yeah.
up there, and they had a head on it. Do you dump it at the same place you get fuel?
You do. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that
They
was my only
vacuum it
question.
out,
Yeah,
Yeah, in the marina,
Okay.
it's just like
in
your
the marina. Yeah,
It's like your RV deal. You just pull in. They're like $50.
but do they suck it out or does the boat pump it out?
Vacuum. Same as a vacuum truck.
Okay,
Yeah.
vacuum truck. Okay, that was
It's
my
like
question.
a porta
yeah.
potty. It's like a porta potty.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't know how that worked because I shit multiple times, and I was like, "Good luck with that."
Yeah, we had this dude. He was a customer of mine. He runs a boat rental place up there. Totally fly by night, no business license, insurance.
Right,
Nice.
And he would get people like, "Hey, if you're not using your boat, I'll pay you,
right.
and we're gonna rent it out."
Yeah,
Wow.
And they had like a 46-foot. What was that? Was it a Cobalt?
2-story?
Yeah. It's like a 46-footer with twin Cat 32019s.
no,
That's an 8-cylinder.
And he's like,
No.
he's like, you did such a good job for me.
yeah,
I was 2 inline
not
turbo,
with the engines, but the rest of it.
2 turbo inline 6s. But he's like, you did such a good job for me taking care of my fleet. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna let you have the boat for like 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
And so I called like who do I know? Like, we're gonna go, like, there's a barbecue on the 2nd story. We're gonna go take this thing, anchor it in the, what's the fucking cove with the island?
Emerald Bay.
Yeah,
Emerald
we're gonna
Bay,
anchor
yeah. Emerald
this,
Bay.
We're gonna anchor this thing in Emerald Bay. We're gonna barbecue, have a great time. Oh, forgot to tell me, shitter's almost full.
Shitter's full.
No, it was over full when we picked the boat up
Oh, good.
Friday night. Everyone
Yeah.
drives up Friday night after work.
They got
We're trying to cook on this thing, and all you smell is
Just
Wow.
poop.
blue water.
Yeah.
And poopy.
Yeah.
The whole fucking weekend. It was terrible. A great boat.
Right.
I couldn't park it for shit. I had to back it into the Keys in the wind.
Oh.
And there were, like, people came out to watch.
Right.
That's always
Because
nice.
I was
Yeah.
they're like, he's
Hey.
Yeah.
gonna wreck this thing. Do you remember that? And I was like, okay, you, bow line, as soon as I get close enough, jump off. You, stern line, jump off. And we got that sumbitch in the wind, and all the neighbors were like, we did it. We didn't hit shit. We hit way less than when you drove the boat.
Way to go, Sarah.
Anything.
She tried to back into a big ass Chris Craft next to our slip, and
You
No,
said
that's a
Chris
cheap
Crafts are
boat,
cheap.
anyways.
Yeah,
who
cheap,
cares?
cheap boat. Yeah.
we
I mean,
didn't.
what's wood costing?
Yeah.
We didn't hit anything because there were 17 feet hanging off the side of the boat going. But it was fun. She's like,
was
I'm
fun.
not driving
Nice.
the boat anymore ever
Yeah.
again.
Nice.
I'm done. 30. What'd you say? 36?
Yeah,
Cobalt?
That's a good size
Good
boat.
It's, a good,
Lord.
it's
Yeah.
Here's what I've learned over the years is that things that are too big are cheaper than things that are the right size.
That's why I buy equipment like that. I'm like,
Yep.
do I need a 988? No, but it's cheaper than 966.
Bingo.
So let's fucking
Yeah.
buy it, dude.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 43-foot fifth wheel because it was less than a 28-foot fifth wheel.
Agreed. Yeah.
Why not?
That's how I bought the 450. I was like, babe,
Yeah.
we have a huge fucking toy hauler.
Yeah.
I need a bigger truck to drive it.
Right.
Because that's just the way
That's how it
math
goes.
works.
Yeah.
It's math.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, let's do it. I was like, perfect.
Yeah.
And we got a fuck 450. I was like, because we have such big toy hauler, we have to have it.
Have to have it.
And she's like, well, we do go to all the boys' races. Like, exactly.
Yep,
This
yep.
is why we have to have it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. The bigger shit's cheaper.
No shit.
It is.
Yeah.
I can't believe he fucking held out on me that long.
Yep.
He
I
bought
did
a
pretty
new
good.
Cobalt.
It's not new. It might be 20.
It's new to
years
you.
Old.
If I bought a new boat, it probably wouldn't be a new one, but it would be new to me.
We looked at new ones for about 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah. I saw like the first, I don't know what you call it, a window sticker, and just left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a cozy little 26-footer's 332.
Yeah.
And you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
That's what my wife was like. I think we should get like instead of like a day cruiser, we should get like more of a wakeboarding boat. I was like, I'm fucking down. Let's do it. And like a nice boat's like 300. And she's like, the day cruiser seems great. I was like, it does seem really good. Oh yeah, it seems like a great boat.
Yeah.
Bayliner makes
Hey, dude.
Hey dude.
Yeah.
They're like $120.
That's a lot of money for a fucking boat.
That's a lot of money for a Bayliner.
For a Bayliner, yeah.
Yeah. What's the boating season up here? 5 months, maybe?
6 if you're lucky.
It depends.
If
But
you
it's
really
like-
try 6,
It depends on
Yeah.
the weather.
It depends on the
Yeah.
weather.
It could
but
be
6.
8 or it could be 2.
It's
Yeah.
supposed to snow a foot this weekend. they
I
said.
know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then you get a goddamn fucking, and then you got dudes running Pavatis for fucking 600K.
Oh, but we saw.
You want to know the
Where'd
best
we
part
go?
about Pavati? Do you know where that came from?
It sounds Italian.
No, it's from Oregon. And have you ever heard of Buyers Products?
Yeah.
They
Make
make like
toolboxes and
shitty
stuff.
toolboxes.
Yeah.
They're making the boat.
That's Pavati.
Wow.
Yep.
Is that
that's
an aluminum boat?
aluminum boat.
Oh, okay.
That's
we-
where Pavati came from.
Okay.
They started Buyers truck boxes and they're making Pavatis.
We
Wow.
remember when we pulled into. Where were we camping?
Tell us,
Camp
Sarah.
Rich.
Where
We were
were we
Camp
camping?
Rich.
We were
Yeah.
camping. We were camping at Camp Rich, and we pulled in. Nose to nose with a Pavati, all aluminum ski boat.
Yeah.
And all those people got off and they were all in costume,
Right.
Glitter. They're on, like,
all in glitter.
Stripper
and
glitter?
Titties hanging
That's
out.
my favorite kind of glitter.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a $500,000 there and plus the boat.
My favorite part is like
all rentals.
Austin has a house down in the Parker Strait, which is right below Havasu. It's like Party Central USA. You'll have a dude in a fucking 40-foot fountain or MCB. What is it?
DCM. right?
Yeah,
DCB.
Or
DCB. Yeah,
Dave's Custom Boats.
Dave's because they're at Havasu. There's 2 dudes in it. You'll have a dude in a fucking 86 Bayliner. And he's got 12 chicks in that motherfucker. Him and his buddy have 12. It makes me laugh every time because Austin has a really nice ski boat. So we go down there and use that. And we use his house and shit. And he's more than generous with it. But every time you see a super expensive boat, it's just 2 dudes in it. If you see some guy with a fucking $8,000 boat, it's just loaded with chicks, dude.
That's because dudes don't step on upholstery.
That is true. That's 100% true. I was like, I do that with my boat. I'm like, this interior is from 82.
Yeah,
what the
get your
fuck are
foot
you
off of
doing?
it.
Yeah, get the dirt off your foot before you get in here. It's from 1982.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Some bitch.
You need to get a boat, Herbert.
I have a boat.
He's
I
got
know,
a
but you need a
cobalt?
bigger boat.
I know, that's next year.
Next year?
No.
Why?
A house.
We have
No,
to.
we're doing off.
gotta
road.
buy another house?
You built a fucking apartment complex onto your house. You don't need another house.
How many people live here?
Yeah.
We have to finish this.
There's a Motel 6 in front of your house. What else do you
We'll
need?
keep the lights on for it.
I know.
We have to
Yeah.
finish this, and then we have to landscaping and remedy this, and then we have to do like a driveway because we don't have a driveway right now.
You have a very nice driveway. It's all gravel and
the
everything.
dog. We have one dog.
Don't let those
hates
dogs
it.
out. They're awful.
He hates it. Did you notice though? He only walks on the dirt
Yeah.
because he doesn't like the gravel. I'm like, we gotta pave the driveway.
Yeah.
Maybe he
Oh
needs
my God.
his
Here
own
we go.
path.
Yeah.
We have to fix this.
Yeah.
We have to sell the boat.
Yeah, you can't have a Hilton Inn without asphalt.
Yeah, we got to sell the boat. We got to
Yeah.
sell something else.
Yeah.
Get this done, and then we'll boat shop in the winter for. I was
Right.
thinking like 26 or 28.
Yeah. That's
No,
what
I
I
w-
wanted to buy.
I don't need a sleeper,
Yeah.
but I want like the bathroom changing room,
Yeah.
and then that room where
No, I
the
want like
storage.
32 to 36 foot deep V twin engine. That's what I'm going for.
The problem is you're gonna struggle at Lahon
Why?
because
The lack of water?
you're gonna be sucking mud in the motor.
No. I won't go to Lawton.
Okay, that's fine.
I almost bought a big Magic out of fucking out of Parker. And I really want like a big DV, but I don't want a cuddy cabin. I want the open bow.
Bow rider.
Yeah, and they had one, and it was like fucking 42, and I was like,
Wow.
Single engine, big block.
no, it's twin engine,
Twins?
big block. Yeah, but they were 496s.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was like, I don't know, 900 horsepower boat, but I was like, be a fucking good boat.
Yeah, not Lahontan though.
No,
Here
it'd be a
it's-
pyramid boat.
If you want to wreck the motors, you could use it at Pyramid with closed cooling, but
496s are close cooling.
Yeah,
oh, factory, you're right.
Yeah.
yeah,
you just got to keep the coolers cold.
yeah. No, you could use that at Pyramid, I guess.
Yeah,
That's more of a Tahoe boat. Magic is.
I hate Tahoe though.
Magic is kind of
Magic's in between. Yeah, they're not a good boat, but they're not a bad
Yeah.
boat.
No.
Yeah.
no.
Now Dana, like the boat I have, that is a top tier,
Dana.
top pussy boat
Wow.
right there. Yeah.
Wow. When did they quit making those?
from 19.
91 is when he
Okay.
died. Yeah.
All right, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. The old mullet bullet really just looks
like it.
good going through the
Yeah,
water,
it's
you
nice.
know?
It has to be unique on the
Yeah.
water. You know?
Yeah. It's very unique. Yeah.
Everyone knows the boat. They're like, oh, there's no water in it.
Yeah, that's weird. Why is that one moving again? Yeah.
Did it sink yesterday?
Yeah. The best part is Drew had his sandals over the fucking water inlets trying to fucking stop the boat from sinking.
The first time he took it out, he didn't have the water
The
lines.
flappers?
No, he
Oh.
didn't
No, I
have
had the water lines.
No, he didn't have it plumbed properly.
No, I did not. Yeah,
And,
that's
uh,
fair.
So it got the exhaust super fucking hot because it wasn't flowing through them.
Bummer.
It ended up
Little
melting.
did I know the water's supposed to go through the exhaust before it goes through the engine.
Yeah.
I figured it went through the engine, then to the exhaust, then out.
Yeah.
It's
It
not how it
melted
Got it.
the
Yeah.
tubes that went through the hole.
Yeah.
And then now you have, and there was no more flappers left.
Nice.
They
So you
burnt
had
off,
two
yeah.
4-inch holes that were just bringing in
Just
water.
letting
I was
water
like,
in.
dude, we're gonna sink. So I took my flip flops off,
Grabbed your
reached
flip-flops.
over the bow, and I was plugging those so we could get
Yeah.
back.
The best part is this old cat shows up with a fucking pontoon boat. He's like, "You boys broke down." I was like, "That's why we're floating." Yeah, that's why all of us are in here. He's like, "You want tow?"
Nope.
I was like, "Tow would be great, actually." He's like, throws line to us. He's like, "Hook her up," and he starts towing us back. And we're doing like, Drew's got his flip flops over these holes. We're doing like a quarter mile an hour. Dude. The old Evinrude's at like just barely off idle. He's like, "I remember these days." Back when I couldn't keep nothing running. And I was like, fuck this dude. And we're literally like, Drew's just has both these arms over holding these holes
That's
up.
awesome.
And he's just cruising. He's like, yeah, looks like you boys is sinking. I was like, yeah, that's why the boat keeps taking on water. If you could fucking hurry the fuck up, that would be great. And he's like, yeah, boating's not an easy life. I was like, as we go to the bottom, I noticed. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, he
a good one.
was just cruising.
Nice.
He's like, I remember those days back when I was sinking. I was like, well, we're currently sinking, so if you could hurry the fuck up, that would be great.
Yeah, we pull boats out. Windy weekend. We'd pull like six boats out the next week.
Really?
Yeah, Tahoe. All the Hyatt buoy boats, if it's short and no cover,
Yeah.
or the bilge is on battery 1 and battery's dead, and you're like, cool. The cool part of that side of the lake is a ski tower is about even with the water level.
Yeah. So you can just see him.
You're like, like the boat would go boonk. You're like, oh, we found it. It's right there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then pay a ton of money, and these guys come up, tie airbags on the cleats, pump up the airbag,
Yep.
pull the boat up, drag it to the ramp, and then we pull the boat out on the ramp. And
Yep.
we'd have like 6 a weekend when it was windy.
What's the company up at Tahoe that builds the wood boats?
Is it North Tahoe boat or no? It's
Those things are
It's not
beautiful.
North. It's not North
Well,
Tahoe
Are
Marine.
you talking
it's,
about like Garwood's
yeah,
boats, though?
yeah,
But
yeah,
it's
yeah.
the
not-
Sierra Boat Company.
Sierra Boat Company.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Those things, we'll never have enough money for those, but the amount of time that goes into building one of those is unreal. Like, the fucking boats are sick.
Those are legit boats.
Yeah.
The fucked up part about those boats is you have to fill them up with a hose before you launch them.
What do you mean?
We put a hose in the bilge and sink the boat on the trailer to swell the wood up so they don't leak.
Wow.
Makes sense.
'Cause
Yeah.
in the-
it's all wood
'cause
boat.
here
Yeah.
they- 'cause
Because you're
here-
swelling the...
Here they dry out.
Yeah.
like in dry storage for 8 months, they
Right.
dry out,
Yeah.
and so you fill the bilge up to swell the wood up so they don't sink when you send them out. But there's not many of those that stay out.
Right. No. Well, and
On a
most
buoy.
of those boats are fucking 700 plus boats, and I follow their like Facebook page or whatever, but they are fucking cool boats.
Yeah, they don't stay. Those don't stay out. It's
Yeah.
that's fair weather. Do the parade and
Right.
pull the boat out.
My biggest thing is Austin and I. Before I die, Austin and I will have a cracker box. I want a cracker box so fucking bad. I want to race one. I think it'd be a fucking blast.
Cracker box, like with an Allison?
No, with your engine in the front, you sitting in the back, and you've never seen Cracker Box? Yeah. So get like a 351, throw it in front of you, and hope for the best.
It's like a V drive, right? But the motor's in front of you.
Yeah, you actually don't have to have the V portion.
Right,
It's just a
'cause
drive.
It's in front of you.
Yeah.
Oh man,
They're huge back in the day.
That's
Yeah.
terrifying.
They turn really good because
Yeah.
your weight's very centered. You have some really deep skags, and you'll turn on a dime.
No.
But you just gotta be careful.
Or wear a wetsuit and bring a snorkel and some goggles.
Yeah.
Oh,
They sink them all the time down at on the Parker Strait, and they just pick them back up, bring them to the. They Dana it. They do the old mullet bullet. You throw some WD down her hole, torch her off again, and she's ready to go.
down the road.
Yeah, down the road you go.
All right, so if someone wanted to get into your industry,
Yeah.
it would be electrical primarily,
Yep.
construction second.
Yep. What would they? What's the question?
You're gonna, if someone wanted to get into it. This
Yeah.
is an Alex question, so he's better at asking it, but I'm gonna ask it.
Oh, you go ahead.
Okay.
You can steal my thunder. It's fine.
If someone wanted to get into a profession that didn't require a college degree,
Yeah.
because college degrees I think are on the downhill at the
They
moment.
are. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Unless you want to learn activism.
Yeah.
I think you got to start early if you can,
Mm-hmm.
and because all that really matters is the field experience.
Yeah.
That's the key. And a lot of guys that have a lot of field experience don't want to do any independent learning, so that would be step 2.
Right.
Once you have, let's say, 10 years of field experience, you're not doing any continuing education.
Right.
You're not learning anymore. You're not doing any more book learning.
Right.
And that's a big mistake because the guys that are making all the money, the guys that are in the office, they're doing continuing education all the time. They're going to, conferences, and they're going to like lunch and learns, and they're doing all that kind of stuff. But
What's new and how do we build it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And as stupid as it sounds, they do learn a ton of stuff about it.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, even in my industry, like, is people talk shit about the bosses all the time, blah blah blah. But like, there's a reason that we can still make money no matter how many years goes on, and we bid jobs that way. We do all this stuff because those people are learning how to do that.
Yeah,
every year it
absolutely.
changes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Technology changes, and you got to keep up with it. Otherwise, you just kind of fall to the wayside.
Yeah, but there, for as far as like young people, there's a ton of opportunity in your trade as long as they're willing to work.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. You just got to show up with a good attitude, and keep your mouth shut. I mean, you got 2 ears and one mouth for a reason.
Right.
And I mean,
exactly. Yeah, you're not wrong.
A lot of people don't understand that. Like, you're talking to someone who's been doing it for 30 years, so just listen and do what he says.
Right.
It's not hard.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go to college. You could start at 15 and a half now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, you can probably start even earlier than that, really. I mean, I think for power tools, the cutoff is 18 years old, but there's a ton of stuff you could do. I mean, you could go into a warehouse and learn about parts and tools,
Right.
and,
Yeah.
there's tons of stuff you could do.
But it's a good job.
Yeah.
It's a really good job. A union.
Oh, it's 6-figure plus.
Are you guys are union then?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Definitely 6-figure plus.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And you can retire from that with benefits.
Yeah, you do lifetime benefits.
And no student debt.
Yeah, no student debt. Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
Decent gig.
Yeah, decent gig. The downside is, sometimes you got to travel. But
Right.
I know guys that travel consistently that make $250 a year.
Yeah. Well, even in my stuff, like there's definitely guys that are well over 200, and if you don't have a family, especially young guys, if you don't have a family, you don't have anything holding you there. I get that this is where you like to live.
Yeah.
Come back.
Right. Yeah.
go make money.
Go make money. You can easily make over 200K in the trades by traveling, if not 250.
Yeah.
Save the money, or don't save the money. I'm not the guy that tells you to save money because I don't save money. I like to buy shiny shit. I like nice stuff. And I didn't save my money.
Yeah.
But there's something to be said about being able to also buy a nice pickup.
Yeah.
Or if you like nice shit, you can buy nice shit. But you also have money to live your life.
Yeah.
And then when you come back, maybe you're making 170
Right.
instead of 220.
Right.
You're still making fucking crazy good money.
Yep.
And just be responsible. Most places, especially union places, you're going to have benefits. You're going to have all these things. And that's one thing for me that a lot of guys don't use is like, we're not union, but I pay for 401k,
Sure.
do all this stuff. So we have like a financial advisor that we pay for that all the guys are free to use.
Yeah.
So they can call this guy and say, hey, this is my situation. This is what I'm looking at. This guy's going to say, hey, this is how we think you should spend your money or save your money, vice versa, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And these guys you can say, hey, in 2 years, I want to buy a boat.
Right.
And this guy's going to say, okay, well,
You're an idiot.
Well, yeah, that too. But this guy's going to say, hey, if you want to buy a boat and you want to go out and do this with your family, you need to save X amount of money to put in your 401k. So in 20 years, when your kids are growing up and you have nothing to do, the boat doesn't mean anything to you.
Right.
You don't want to work anymore. So we need to put this into that. But if you want to buy the boat, this is how much money you need to save, put it into this, and you're going to pay taxes on it before you put it in. And then when you're ready to buy a boat, in 2 years, take the money out, buy a boat.
Yep.
Like, I think there's a lot to be said to people that don't understand trades.
Yep, for sure. Yep. Yeah, it's kind of and what's crazy is, the salary or the hourly rate of a tradesperson goes up every year because
Every fucking year.
every year there's less.
Yeah.
So, but the demand doesn't go anywhere.
No.
Demand increases and the workforce decreases.
Right.
So,
Yeah, no, it's a good spot to be in. I don't know what degrees they have at Columbia, but it's like gender studies and activism.
Palestinian studies.
Yeah, and I don't know how you make any money at that.
Right,
And
you
I don't have an issue with college because my wife would be a good example. If you have to go to
Way
school,
to go, Sarah.
you have to go to school to get that job.
You
Yeah.
couldn't even tell me what was wrong with my arm.
It's tendons.
It's creaky.
It's creaky. It needs a WD.
But like,
Yeah.
I wanted the job I wanted. I asked someone interviewed me, Tony Hughes, when I was a teardown guy in college, and he asked me where I wanted to work and what I wanted to do, and he told me where I should go work, which was John Lingenfelter. And then I called people that worked at John Lingenfelter, and I was like, "Where'd you go to school?" And they're like, "School of Automotive Machinists. That's the only place we hire people from." And I was like, "Well,
Guess I got to go there.
I'm dropping out of college. That's my career path because I
Yeah.
want to work there, so I have to go here first." And you don't have to go to college.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. Have you found like young kids that want to do it? Because I have. I
Yeah,
think
absolutely.
I think the hard part is getting them out of the mindset of you have to do this certain thing. But that being said, the kids that I have found that really want to do it, I've had great luck with.
Yeah.
And you
absolutely.
do show them not even a little bit of money. Like, you're showing them a decent amount of, half the time you're showing them the money that their parents are making,
Absolutely.
and they're very responsive to it.
Yeah.
I don't have the same employee retention that a lot of people have that problem with, but we're also very employee friendly and all those things. But I don't necessarily have the same issue that a lot of people have, but I think you have to go out and look for it and be like, hey, this is what we offer you. If you would like it, you're welcome to join, but there's no ladder to make it happen.
Right.
It's up to you to make it happen.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a commitment, especially if you're in a union setting where you've got to go to school
Right.
and work, So there's definitely a time commitment to it, and, you got to want to do it. I mean, to be an electrician right now is a 5-year apprenticeship.
5 year.
Yeah, and I think you start at $11 an hour,
Right.
which is not a lot of money.
No, it's not.
I mean, you're not 40 years old trying to be an apprentice electrician.
Right.
You're like 18 maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's a good way to go. I think all the trades are good. I mean,
With electricians, I honestly don't know. So my dad does like truck driving stuff.
Yeah.
Are electricians the same way where they can kind of go anywhere and they can join that union? And then I honestly just don't know how that works.
yeah. So if you're an apprentice, you cannot travel.
Gotcha.
But once you're a journeyman,
Right.
you can travel, and you can just.
But that's
go
a
anywhere.
really good thing. Like,
For
hey,
sure.
if I want to go to this city, I can just go to that city, join the fucking local union,
Yep.
and we can get work. Like,
Yep.
I personally am not a huge union guy, but they definitely have their benefits.
Yep. I mean, when Reno tanked, a bunch of guys just went to Alaska.
Right.
The next day.
The next day, yeah,
And
just
they
go.
They were working within, hours of arriving.
And that's the difference between people who actually want to get shit done
Right.
and people who want sorrow.
Yeah.
If you want to work and you want to make money, there's work out there.
Yeah, exactly.
You can make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I didn't know how that worked because I know truck driving, like, my dad, when he was looking at bidding some jobs in Vegas,
Yeah.
and they have to pull from the union down there.
Is that the Teamsters?
Yeah, Teamsters,
Yeah.
yeah. So he didn't end up doing it because they're not union. No bad feelings, but
Yeah.
but the union, you pull from them. So it's a really good thing for the guys who are in the union because you get first dibs on whatever comes down.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good gig.
It's a great, It's
Yeah.
great for the employer, too, because, like, if I need 10 guys, I just call the union and I'm like, hey, send me 10 guys tomorrow. Okay,
Right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And they're all
Instead of-
going to be trained the same, and they all are going to have real similar knowledge.
Exactly. Instead of like, okay, so you get a truck driver that says he's a truck driver. Well,
Yeah.
is he?
But only automatic. Okay?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I've never done this before, blah, blah. Like, there's a lot to it. So
Yeah.
I'm not anti-union. It doesn't equate the same in my
Yeah.
line of work, but there's a lot of places where I think it's fucking really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got to be on the right jobs, too, right?
Right.
Like, you can't be building track houses trying to hire union guys. That doesn't work.
Right.
So you got to do government work, and that's what we focus on. And, you pay more, you get better people. I mean, it's just
Yep.
the way of the world.
Absolutely.
So,
And even like saying the track houses thing, it would be nice, not necessarily even track house thing, is you can say, hey, my newest guy has at least learned these things because he
Exactly.
went through the union thing. It's not something I deal with, but I can see where that would be handy. Like,
Absolutely.
I don't have to train him this because I know he already knows it.
He should
So
know this.
He should know this. And if he doesn't, next one comes in.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super
Yeah.
fucking handy.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, nothing bad about track housing. That's where I, cut my teeth, was wiring houses. That's
Right.
that's the easy stuff. That's where you start. So,
Right.
Ross, I'm glad we had you on.
Yeah.
Here's Herbert cutting us short.
We should do. It's been an hour and a half, Alex. The more rope I give you, the more you'll talk.
Yeah.
And the more I'll hang myself, so you're good.
I
Yeah.
didn't say that. No, it was good. We didn't talk. We didn't cover everything we need to cover.
Yeah.
But that's fine. There's always a plan. There's always a
Herbert Plan B.
two.
Yeah.
Well, no, Plan B is at morning after pill.
That's where I was going with this. Yeah. He's like, hey, you're taking that, right? You're on the Plan B.
No, there's always a Part B.
I'll
After
come
you,
back. We can talk more
we-
about racing.
Yeah.
I actually would like to have you back to talk about parking the 38 footer
It's a
in the keys.
38.
36.
But yeah, maybe we could
Almost
do
there.
like something with, I don't know, paper and stuff.
when you're
Yeah.
when you're
Some
parking
crayons.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's my speed.
that boat, when you're parking it in the wind at Tahoe Keys, it's
Yeah.
gonna feel like it's 72 feet.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You're gonna like Corey's gonna have to learn
It's twin engine. You got twin sticks, though?
jump
Oh,
off.
you're good, dude. You're
Yeah.
good. If you got
Yeah.
twin sticks, you're good.
Yeah.
Jump off with the rope and
Yeah.
don't drop the rope in the water.
Yeah. No, I'll watch some YouTube videos for it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Don't you worry about that.
Don't you worry about that.
And someone's gonna yell at their wife.
It could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
That usually
Yeah.
that's like once a summer.
Yep.
You
It
might not talk
happens.
the rest of the night.
Yep.
Listen, Sarah.
That never happened.
Yeah. It's because you got a 12-footer. And when you jump up to a 36-footer, it happens.
Yeah, 12's easy to park.
Herbert can park his Lund, no problem. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's fine.
12-horse Evinrude,
Yeah, piece
and
of
she
cake.
fucking parks perfect every
Yeah,
time.
just point the drive where you want it to go.
Yeah.
Anyway, this concludes the whatever episode this is of the Torque and Horsepower podcast. I would like to remind our listeners to send in questions because the guest today, Ross Miller, is the only guy so far to send in questions, and they were intelligent questions. We did discuss them in the last podcast. If you missed that one, you should hit rewind, but send questions.
10 questions.
Thanks and have a great night.
Thanks.
Bye. Thanks, Ross.
Thank you.